YOLO mean? Pound YOLO? You already explained that the colon and the parentheses are the smiley face, and XOXO I already knew, but what does pound YOLO mean?
Let me see. That's hashtag YOLO. Hashtag you only live once.
Okay, but what does the pound key mean?
That's the hashtag.
Since when?
Since you left.
Pretty sure that's a pound key.
Well, it goes by hashtag now.
Alright, but what does it mean?
It's just hashtag.
So why is it there?
I don't know. It's the latest thing. Would you please put that away? We should get back to work. 3 people left.
Alright, who's next?
Andrew Johnson, 49 years old, lung cancer. His family wants him dressed and ready to go by Monday.
Okay, well maybe we
He
should...
just needs a touch-up suit and no hair, so nothing to do there. The family wanted a nice mahogany with an off-white interior.
So you get started on the paperwork and I'll get the rest of the kids together. Oh, check it. This man had taste.
Really, Jake?
What? Just because he's not alive doesn't mean I can't admire his sense of style. And he definitely had style. But do you think I could...
No! No trying on dead people's clothes for the 100th time. It's unprofessional and it just creeps me out.
It creeps you out. Hey, if we work with stiffs all the time, and it's me in some corpse's Sunday best that gives you the willies... This jacket is just like the one I wore on our first date.
Oh yeah, I don't remember.
You don't? You wore a turquoise sundress with your hair down.
No, I don't remember that. Get off that?
Yeah.
Next is Mrs. Carlson. 88 years old age, survived only by spouse. They haven't decided what they want yet, so we could suggest
White. White with a purple velvet interior.
Yeah, I really like that. It says here that some items were included with the body when it was brought in. Hairpin, dough ring, wedding ring.
You like it?
Hmm?
The ring, do you like it?
I guess.
I think you and Mrs. Carlson would have gotten along. Or Mr. Carlson, whoever picked out the ring.
What makes you say that?
It's an elegant ring. Pattern is simple, not too showy. Like it's unaware of its own beauty. See the slight tarnish on the inside? It wasn't taken off much. There was a lot of loving between Mr. and Mrs. Carlson.
You can't know that for sure. Maybe they started out all infatuated about being a couple, but then life got hard. Maybe she just couldn't get the darn thing off.
Call me a hopeless romantic.
How's Lucy?
She's fine. You know how weird it is for me to hear you say her name?
That's her name, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't call her that.
Your point.
How is it that you can call my mother by her first name, but each time I try, I get scolded?
Well, I do talk to her more often than you.
Yeah, when did that start happening?
So we started getting coffee together
Coffee?
when you were gone.
You never mentioned it before.
It hasn't really come up.
And now you text her all the time.
How do you think I stay on top of all my hip text lately?
You know how strange it is to get family updates from you? Maybe you should be her daughter and I'll be your boyfriend.
Friend. Just friend. From college.
Right. Friend.
Best friend.
That's not what I wanted to say.
Hey,
It's true.
We've already done this.
What?
Been over this.
Been over what?
This, our thing.
Our thing.
It didn't work out.
So?
We're better off as friends.
Well, what if we aren't?
And what if we totally destroy our friendship? And I end up resenting you again, and this time you end up hating me. I can't text your mom again or come over for the holidays. You miss my little sister's graduation, even though you promised her you'd be there, just because it's too painful and awkward to be near one another. What if we're just friends?
How do you think Mrs. Carlson met her husband?
What?
Well, do you think they met in college?
How am I supposed to know?
Well, do you think they were childhood sweethearts? Or maybe their mutual love for the Beatles sent them dancing into one another's arms at a concert where they serenaded each other during Can't Buy Me Love and just knew they'd never be apart. But either way, they met, fell in love, and lived happily ever after. They spent their days looking after their many cats and yelling at the rowdy kids in their neighborhood.
And?
They took a chance.
Gee.
And it paid off, didn't it? Survived by spouse, and at 88 years old.
Don't.
Why can't we take that same chance?
Stop it.
Stop what?
Using dead people to make a point.
I wasn't...
Yes, you were. Now hand me the next file and shut up. I'm sorry, I didn't.
Forget it. Who's last?
Claire Matthews, 26 years old, car crash. She was young.
Uh-huh.
Pretty, judging by her picture.
Yeah,
We could suggest a modern casket to the family.
I guess.
Don't do that. Don't sulk.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Okay, I'm sulking a little.
You're sulking because I would rather keep our friendship than trade it in for some unknown that could completely disintegrate what we have.
No, I'm sulking because you won't even hear what I have to say.
Fine. Go ahead.
Now who's sulking?
Jake!
Look, Abe, just hear me out. If this goes badly, we'll pretend like this conversation never happened. We all end up here.
What?
Each person has a different story and a different life, but no matter how or when we die, we end here. This cold, sterile place, to be sorted and summed up by name, age, and death, by strangers who give no thought as to how we live. And that dash. How is that little dash between date of birth and date of death supposed to include an entire life? A life rich with passion and hate and resentment and joy. But we all have a chance to dance to the Beatles before joining the worms in the earth. Of course, I'll be going out in style like Mr. Johnson. I'll wear my dark blue jacket
with gray slacks, white button down, and black tie. What we wore on our first date.
You remember? Why didn't you say that? Do you think Claire Matthews would have waited to do anything if she knew she was going to die at the age of 26? I'm tired of looking at all the death here and ignoring the life that I can still live, that we can still live. So it didn't work the first time. We were in college and had no idea what we were doing or where we were going. But I moved back. I'm ready to take life seriously.
Oh yeah? You use dead people to make a point. You sulk and then get all deep.
But if you only live once, and we all end here, I want to at least try to end up here with you. I don't want to look back and regret not trying. It wouldn't feel right to end up in a morgue with anyone but you.
How can you? You can't. Please, let's just...
Claire was the last one.
Hmm?
The 26-year-old, she was the last file.
Oh, yeah.
Well, guess I should head out. If you don't have anything to say to me, there's no point staying here. No one else is feeling very talkative. See you tomorrow. My mom just texted me. She says, say hi to Avery for me.
Pound below. Only live once. Jake.